Hello, first let me introduce myself. My name is Jonathan, and in this presentation, I would like to explain to you about the group task result of IVC 2022 regarding energy sector planning and modeling in Bangka Belitung using LIP software. This presentation is written by Group 9, which consists of me, Jonathan, and also my teammate, Hendrata Roy Josia. So here is the presentation. So first, I would like to explain to you about the demographics and economics data, especially in Bangka Belitung Island. So based on the data obtained from Bangka Belitung Regional Energy General Plan, or in Indonesian, we call Rencana Umum Energi Daerah Bangka Belitung, with the time range of 2019 to 2050, we get the demographic and economics data as you can see in the table. So based on the table, the demographic data including total population with 1.518 millions, and the population growth per year is 2%. And also the economic data, as you can see in the table, is GDP per capita, which is 3.978 thousand US dollar, and the GDP per capita growth is 5.5%. So this is the demographics and economics data for Bangka Belitung that we use to be modeled in the LIP software. So in this study, we define three scenarios that will be used in the simulation. The first scenario is business as usual, the second is government target, and the third scenario is ambitious. So first, we are assuming that the energy demand reduction for government target scenario is 12% against business as usual scenario. And the second assumption is the energy demand reduction for ambitious scenario is 23% against the BAU scenario. So based on these two assumptions, we can make the data in like you can see, as you can see in the table. So for the household sector, in the business as usual, we have 5.3%, government target 4.7%, and the ambitious 4.1%. For the business sectors or commercial sectors, we have business as usual scenario with the data of 11.4%, government target 10.6%, and the ambitious 8.8%. For the transportation sectors, we have business as usual with 13.3%, government target 11.7%, and the ambitious scenario with the data of 10.2%. And the last is industry sectors, business as usual 15.1%, government target 13.3%, and the ambitious 11.6%. So the simulated energy usage for household, commercial, transportation, and industry, as you can see in the table, is attempted to be as close as possible to the RPTL data, especially in 2020 data.
So now we will talk about the energy demand modeling. So the energy demand in Kepulauan Bangka Belitung is modeled using LIP software. As simulated below, the industry sector dominated the energy usage. This is because the growth rate of energy usage in the industry sector is higher than in other sectors, according to the data in RUPTL. And as expected, the business as usual scenario has the highest electricity demand, with the demand in the government target scenario reduced by 28% against BAU, which is maxed out at 26K. And the demand in the government target scenario reduced by 50.5% against BAU, or business as usual. So now we will talk about household sector. For the household demand, it is simulated that rural areas in Bangka Belitung will decrease. But in the ambitious scenario, the rural areas decrease more rapidly. Even then, the increase of energy demand in the ambitious scenario is lower than the increase of energy demand in the government target scenario. This is mainly caused by the efficiency growth being faster in the ambitious scenario. So in the ambitious scenario, we use different technology with better efficiency. So now, how about the industry sector? As you can see, Bangka Belitung being a fast-growing province make it interesting for companies to start industries. Not only big industries, UMKM or usaha mikro kecil dan menengah are also increasing and growing. The increase of energy demand in the ambitious scenario is slower than the increase of energy demand in the government target scenario. And this is mainly caused by energy growth, efficiency growth being faster in the ambitious scenario, as similar as in the household sector. And as you can see, uh, the industry sector grows really rapidly. So now we are talking about transportation sector. As you know, and as we know, the condition of Indonesian economy will make it harder to implement electric vehicles. And in the ambitious scenario, it is simulated that the electric vehicle growth percentage is as close as the vehicle that uses BBM, biofuel, and natural gas. So actually, we simulate that in the ambitious way, we can level the growth percentage of electric vehicle to BBM, biofuel, and natural gas. And in the government target scenario, of course, it is simulated that the electric vehicle growth percentage is lower than the vehicle that uses BBM, biofuel, and natural gas. And however, electric vehicles still won't surpass conventional vehicles in 2050, as simulated below. And it is mainly caused by lack of knowledge of Indonesian and of course Kepulauan Bangka Belitung's people about electric vehicle, and this knowledge must be shared, and Indonesian economy must be improved to fasten the electric vehicle growth. So now we are talking about commercial sector. Usage in the commercial sector will grow rapidly, but efficiency affects both the government target scenario and the ambitious scenario. So as you can see below, it is seen that in the ambitious scenario, the energy demand grows slower because of the better improvement of energy efficiency in this scenario. So the reason why the ambitious scenario is will look better because like on the previous sectors, the energy demand grows slower because of the better improvement of energy efficiency in the ambitious scenario compared to the government target scenario. So now we are going to talk about transformation modeling. So we use a software called LEAP in this modeling and simulation, and we use energy production data in Kepulauan Bangka Belitung to model the transformation. We get the data from Rencana Umum Energi Daerah Bangka Belitung, or simply called RUET, and from the data in RUET, we use it as the government target because RUET is actually the government target, the Kepulauan Bangka Belitung government target for energy production. So for the government target in RUET, it is shown also in the graph that 39.6% of government of the energy production will use new and renewable energy, or in Indonesian called energi baru terbarukan, EBT. And for the ambitious, as the simulation that we have done, it is shown that 47% of energy will be produced by new renewable energy, and for business as usual, only 33.3% of the energy will be produced by new renewable energy. So we can be ambitious to hope that at least like 40% of energy in Bangka Belitung in 2050 will be based on new renewable energy. So We are now talking about greenhouse gas or GHG impacts for each scenario. So as we know, the greenhouse gas emission will be reduced in the government target scenario and the ambitious scenario against business as usual scenario. So as you can see in the graph below, in 2050, in the business as usual scenario, the greenhouse gas emission will reach 18 million metric ton, and in the government target, in 2050, it will reach 4.5 million metric ton. And in the ambitious scenario, it will reach only 3.5 million metric ton. So the greenhouse gas emission reduction due to government target scenario reach up to 75% against business as usual, and the greenhouse gas emission reduction due to ambitious scenario reach up to 80% against business as usual. And as you can see in the ambitious scenario, uh, the greenhouse gas emission is actually reduced by 2041.
So in this section, I will explain to you about the resource modeling using LIP software. So the resource modeling uh, that has been done is using the assumption that natural gas import is 50 gigajoule per year, wind import is 20 gigajoule per year, the crude oil import is 30 gigajoule per year, and the coal bituminous import is 40 gigajoule per year. And also we use the assumption for the export activity, which include wood export 50 gigajoule per year, and the hydro export is 30 gigajoule per year. So as you can see from the graphics, we can plot the resource modeling from 2020 to 2050 with the scenario of business as usual. You can see in the left image, the government target as you can see in the center image, and the ambitious scenario as you can see in the right image. So those three are the resource modeling in each scenario for time range from 2020 to 2050. So finally, based on the modeling and also the analysis that has been done previously, we can make the conclusion that can be drawn from this study are as follows. The first one is the development of energy efficiency can make energy demand lower even if the energy user increases. The second, renewable energy in Bangka Belitung Island will reach at least 33% of all energy production in 2050, and it is even able to reach 47% using ambitious scenarios or ambitious ways. And the last one is it is possible for Bangka Belitung Island to reduce their greenhouse gas provided that the government and public can find a way to make the transition to the new renewable energy. So these three conclusions that can be drawn in this study. So in this section, I would like to explain to you about the discussion timeline for the group 9. So in 11 August, we have done the first discussion, which discuss about the distribution of the task, and also we start executing the progress. And also in 12 August to 16 August, we have done some simulations using LIP software, and also we do the discussion through the social media platform. And lastly, in the 17 August, we create the submission together in the form of PowerPoint presentation and also the video recording of the presentation. So this is the discussion timeline of our group.